Tēnā tātou katoa, good evening. More details have emerged of the mistake which led to the 11-day lockdown in Northland last year, which cost the local economy $23 million.
Officials have told Newshub they're sorry for the blunder, but the COVID-19 response minister at the time, Chris Hipkins, is refusing to apologise and says he would make the same decision again. Political reporter Amelia Wade has the story.
October 8th, 2021, Northland locked down via a trio of travelling women. A positive Delta case leaked out of Auckland by supposedly using a forged travel exemption.
Person obtained a document by providing false information.
But that statement from Chris Hipkins was in fact false. Internal emails show on October 1st a travel exemption to go to Northland is granted under the social services category. On October 4 at 9 p.m, police ask government officials whether an exemption was granted. At 1:26 p.m. the next day, a Ministry of Social Development staffer confirmed it should have been declined and so will be revoked. Sorry, my mistake, they tell their colleagues. But the damage was done. A positive case got out. Northland was locked down.
Invisible, arrogant Wellington bureaucrats that are frustrating the heck out of all of us up here.
The Prime Minister's steering well clear of this one.
I'm going to hand over to Minister Hipkins.
Our first and foremost priority at that time was to protect the people of Northland as much as we could.
It wasn't just Northland that suffered. The women were pilloried by the public.
Idiots. Really?
Ministers were told about the multi-million-dollar blunder on October 13, Hipkins telling RNZ at the time.
There was a degree of error in the approval in the first place.
Surely to goodness they could have come out and made a significant statement instead of saying, oh, it looks like there's been an error.
They weren't prepared to say it's not these women's fault, it's the government's fault, because it would have called into question their lockdown of Northland.
No apology from the minister today.
But ultimately, the decision that we took is not one that we would change now. It was to do with protecting Northland in an environment where vaccination rates were low and where we knew COVID-19 and Delta in particular was making its way up there.
Ultimately, though, the Northland border blunder didn't result in a single community case.
Well, Amelia joins us now. Kia ora, Amelia. There has been one apology today.
Yeah, this mistake led to all sorts of rumours about these women, that they were gang-related and that they were sex workers. But this very extensive police investigation found that while these women were a bit uncooperative, they had a legitimate business that they used to get into Northland. The Ministry of Social Development, which made the blunder, told Newshub today, we are sorry for this error. But Chris Hipkins, who stood at the podium in the Beehive Theaterette and said that these women used false documents. On the day he found out it was actually a government botch-up, didn't correct the record at that same podium. It suited the government to having the public think these women were the baddies instead of having the public focus on the fact that it was a government blunder which caused the lockdown in the first place.
Amelia Wade there with that report. Thanks so much, Amelia.